This morning, may I focus on a very tricky line in today's gospel. Why I say tricky? The truth is somehow hidden in that line. In simple English, clear English, but the truth we may miss. Have you ever missed or have you ever heard a wrong sermon? A preacher or a priest giving the wrong homily or the wrong interpretation. According to Bishop Barron, here is one line in today's gospel: you may always hear the wrong sermon. And that line, that tricky line is this: the gates of the underworld can never hold out against it. What is the meaning of this line? I'm sure you have always heard this interpretation. No devil can destroy the church. Nothing can destroy the church. The power of the church. Is that the meaning? The church is so powerful, nothing on this earth can destroy it. No devil can destroy it. No hell can destroy it. Is that the meaning? Wrong meaning. The meaning is something more radical. Listen to this. For the first time preaching on this, so I can't take the blame. I gave you the wrong in the homily. The meaning is this: the church is the one on the offensive, and no devil and no hell can stand in its way. Imagine hell and the devils like a fortress, and the gates of hell there. And the reading is, the gates of the underworld can never hold out again. The church is coming, it's going to smash its way through. The church is the one on the offensive, and nothing can stand in its way. The power of the church, the power of the good news of Jesus, the power of the gospel, nothing, no devil can stand in its way. That is the message. Oh, that message is very powerful, isn't it? The power of the gospel, the power of Christ. If you leave the gospel, you are going to be very powerful. The church has power only if you and me live the gospel. And if you and me live the gospel, there is great power. We can smash up, destroy all the hells everywhere. Imagine a world where apostles of Christ everywhere. Imagine all of us apostles, filled with the passion for Christ, Holy Spirit, filled with the fire, and we are all apostles. Imagine we are around 100, we are all apostles. Imagine what would happen to mold. Imagine all over the world, apostles of Christ, full of passion for living in the gospel. What would happen to this world? Imagine Putin is an apostle of Christ. How can there be a war? Think for a moment. If this gospel is preached all over the world, and all over the world, Christians all over the world live in the gospel, will there be a war? Will there be violence? Will there be hatred? Will there be poverty? Why there is poverty? Corruption and greed. If you believe in the gospel and live the gospel, how can there be greed and poverty and suffering and misery? Don't blame God. Violence and war and hatred and poverty and all because of our own selfishness, our own problems. Is Africa poor? Did God made Africa a poor country, a poor nation, a poor continent? Study the history. It's a rich nation, a rich continent. God hasn't made any country poor. This earth is so rich. Because of our own corrupted minds, we have made all the misery. And why there is corruption? Because there is no one to destroy the devil there. Imagine Christ is all over the world, Christians all over the world living the gospel. How can there be any suffering anywhere? No war, no violence, no hatred, only love, compassion, mercy, all caring for each other. Heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. And that's why the Lord came to this earth to establish heaven here. And the Lord said to us, go all over the world, preach the gospel, and then there should be heaven on this earth. And what are we doing? I'm not pointing my finger at anybody, only at myself. And if you think you are also responsible, are you living the gospel to the full? Are you, in your own way, smashing up, destroying the gates of hell? Maybe that's too general. May become a bit more personal. Do you fight or do you destroy the gates of hell in your own house? Oh, much more closer. Do you destroy or are you on the offensive to destroy all the gates of hell in your own head? Oh, that's very personal, isn't it? Forget about Africa and those countries. Forget about the hells you may be carrying within you. Yes, we do carry devils and hells within us. Every time you are selfish, oh, some devils you are entertaining. When you refuse forgiveness to somebody, you are adoring the devils. May I say it again? Suppose you refuse forgiveness to somebody, refuse to forgive somebody, you keep resentment, anger, you are adoring, worshiping the devil. Oh, smash, destroy those gates of hell in your own head. Are you ever full of anger, resentment, greed? Oh, there are a lot of devils in your head. So before you think about the world outside, the church outside, before blaming anybody for the evils on this earth, blame myself, blame yourself. Are there some devils I am entertaining? Destroy those devils first. That is the meaning of this particular line. That you are meant to go out. Or first of all, start with yourself. Destroy all the devils in your own head. And in your own way, whatever way possible, make sure you are on the offensive, destroying all the gates of hell, all the devils on your way. Carry the Christ and His good news. You are on the offensive.